Archangel Michael says stop, you will lose God if you don't listen to him right now. You have 10 seconds before destiny changes. My beloved child, don't skip, listen closely, because Archangel Michael says heaven has been trying to reach you again and again, but your mind has been too overwhelmed, your heart too exhausted, your spirit too distracted to hear the truth that has been following you like a shadow, and now heaven has paused your timeline because there is something deeply sacred, deeply urgent that must be delivered to your soul right now. And something huge is waiting for you if you stay till the end, because the rare energy swirling around you in this exact moment is not ordinary. It is the vibration of a destiny shift, a divine alignment opening, a hidden revelation rising to the surface after months of spiritual interference. And Archangel Michael says the signs you've been receiving are not random at all. Every repeated number, every sudden thought of a certain person, every strange dream that felt more real than reality, every emotional pull in your chest, every moment your intuition whispered something you couldn't explain, these were heavenly codes guiding you toward this message. And my beloved child, listen closely, because someone tied to your destiny has been longing for you in silence, someone whose soul is calling your name even if their lips are not, someone who hides their feelings not because they don't care but because the intensity of this connection terrifies them. And heaven says their emotions have reached a breaking point where they can no longer pretend, no longer deny, no longer run from the truth that you are the one their spirit recognizes, the one destiny keeps pulling them back toward, the one whose energy haunts them in the soft hours of the night. And Archangel Michael says don't skip, because right now their heart is undergoing an emotional awakening, a spiritual opening, a deep stirring inside that forces them to confront what they tried to bury. And this rare moment of divine timing means your souls are aligning again across dimensions, and heaven is clearing away the blockages that once stood between you, and the countdown is active because the angels need you aware, alert, listening, ready to receive what you were never allowed to hear until now. They cannot shake you, they cannot forget you, they cannot escape the magnetic pull that destiny has placed on your connection, and though they try to distract themselves, though they try to silence the longing, though they try to convince themselves it was nothing, their heart betrays them every time, because your name lights up something inside them that no one else ever could. And my beloved child, listen closely, because Archangel Michael says someone has cried over you quietly, someone has whispered your name when they were alone, someone has replayed memories with you in their head like a movie they can't stop watching, someone who acts strong on the outside but inside feels a storm of emotions they don't know how to handle. And heaven has seen this struggle. Heaven has seen their fear of losing you, heaven has seen their soul calling to yours like a prayer, and now the angels say the moment of revelation is beginning, the divine timing is unlocking, and your destinies are being pulled toward each other with a force far stronger than what separated you. And Archangel Michael says don't skip, because your heart has also felt the shift. You have sensed the tension building, the emotional pressure rising, the spiritual presence around you intensifying. And you've wondered if it meant something or if it was your imagination, but heaven says it was real, it was them, it was their energy brushing against yours, it was their longing reaching you across the unseen realm, it was their soul trying to communicate with you when their words failed them. And the reason you feel breathless, the reason your chest tightens unexpectedly, the reason you feel a magnetic pull out of nowhere is because your souls are reconnecting. And my beloved child, Archangel Michael says something huge is waiting for you, something heaven has been preparing behind the scenes, something involving this person who wants only you even if fear keeps them silent. And the angels reveal that someone in their life tried to influence them, cloud their judgment, confuse their heart, but divine intervention shattered that interference, and now they are finally seeing clearly, finally feeling the truth without distortion, finally realizing that what they feel for you is not ordinary affection but a spiritual bond, a divine connection, a destiny woven long before you took your first breath. And my beloved child, listen closely, because Archangel Michael says their spirit is awakening at the same time as yours, and heaven is orchestrating moments, signs, and synchronicities to bring both of you back into alignment, and each day the emotional pull grows stronger, each night the longing gets louder, each hour the divine pressure intensifies, and they are reaching the point where they cannot hide anymore. And heaven says the countdown is not to create fear but to show urgency, because this window of divine timing is open now, and your awareness is needed for the shift to fully unfold. And my beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end, because the truth you've been searching for is rising right now. They care, they want you, they think of you, they feel you, and their soul knows it is you that destiny has chosen. And heaven is preparing a moment. Unexpected, powerful, destined, where everything hidden comes rushing into the light, and your heart will finally understand why you never gave up, why you never fully moved on, why the connection never faded, because Archangel Michael says this love is spiritual, ancient, divinely protected, and the rare energy you feel now is your confirmation that everything is beginning to align exactly as heaven intended. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end, because Archangel Michael says the energy around you is thickening, tightening, becoming almost electric as your destiny prepares to shift in front of your eyes, and even if you don't fully understand what's happening, your soul does, your intuition does, your heart does, and heaven says you have been feeling emotions that are not even yours, sudden sadness, sudden longing, sudden excitement, sudden pressure in the chest, and this is because your soulmate's awakening is directly influencing your energy field, pulling you into alignment with them in ways you cannot logically explain. And Archangel Michael says listen closely, because their hidden feelings are no longer quiet, no longer buried, no longer restrained by fear. Every day their heart grows more restless, more aware, more desperate to break free from silence. And heaven has been watching them wrestle with emotions they never expected, watching them think of you in moments they can't control, watching them get flooded with memories that feel like divine reminders, watching them try to distract themselves only to realize they are spiritually tied to you in a way that cannot be undone. And my beloved child, the angels say this connection is divinely coded, meaning no matter how many detours life tried to throw in the way, no matter who interfered, no matter what confusion clouded the path, destiny has always had a plan to pull you back into each other's orbit. And now that plan is activating with a force that even they can feel, even in their resistance, even in their silence, even in their fear, because Archangel Michael says heaven is pushing them, nudging them, awakening them, peeling back the layers of doubt and hesitation that once kept them from seeing the truth of who you are to them. And don't skip, my beloved child, because this moment is crucial. This message is part of the divine countdown, and if you allow every word to settle inside you, heaven will align what has been delayed for far too long. And the secret truth is this: they want you, deeply, intensely, more than they have ever allowed themselves to admit, but their fear of vulnerability, fear of loss, fear of making the wrong step has chained them in silence. Yet Archangel Michael says silence cannot win anymore, because their soul is breaking those chains, their dreams are revealing the truth, their intuition is pushing them toward you. Their heart is waking up louder than their fear, and heaven is amplifying the magnetic pull between your spirits until they can no longer ignore it. And my beloved child, listen closely, because the angels say you are also experiencing tremors of this awakening, those sudden flashes of their face, the random urge to check something about them, the feeling that they are thinking of you at the exact same moment, the sense that something big is coming. And heaven says all of those are confirmations, not coincidences, markers of the spiritual alignment happening beneath the surface, and Archangel Michael says you must prepare yourself emotionally, spiritually, energetically, because when this confession energy reaches its peak, when their heart finally breaks open, when destiny pushes them to speak their truth, it will feel like a wave crashing through your life, a shift so powerful it will erase every doubt, every wound, every confusion that ever tormented your heart. And my beloved child, don't skip, because heaven says you have been praying for clarity, begging for signs, searching for answers, and all along the truth was unfolding behind the scenes, shaped by divine timing, guarded by angels, pulled into place by destiny, and now everything is reaching a threshold where their hidden love is no longer sustainable, where their longing becomes unbearable, where their soul screams louder than their fear. And Archangel Michael says this person has been trying to resist you not because they don't want you but because the intensity of this connection scares them, because the way their heart reacts to your name frightens them, because the emotional awakening they feel around you is unlike anything they have ever experienced. But heaven says their resistance is cracking, their denial is collapsing, and the divine pull is overpowering the fear that once held them hostage. And my beloved child, listen closely, because your energies are merging. Your timelines are bending toward each other, your destinies are sinking like two stars being pulled together by gravity, and soon, very soon, the truth that has been hidden will come rushing toward you like a divine revelation. And Archangel Michael says stay till the end because the countdown is not symbolic, it is real, and your destiny is shifting as you listen to these words right now. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end because Archangel Michael says the spiritual pressure around your destiny is increasing with every passing second, and heaven needs you to understand the magnitude of what is unfolding beneath the surface, because right now your soulmate's energy is trembling, awakening, rising, and they are feeling a magnetic pull toward you so strong that it's starting to override every wall they built, every excuse they made, every fear they used to hide behind. And this awakening is not something they can control anymore. Their heart is being pulled in your direction by divine force, by destiny's hand, by the spiritual thread that ties your souls together, and Archangel Michael says they are reaching the point where pretending doesn't work, silence doesn't numb the longing, distractions don't quiet the voice inside them whispering your name, and heaven has been watching them fall asleep thinking of you, waking up with you in their mind, catching themselves imagining a future with you even when they tried not to. And my beloved child, listen closely because this emotional storm they're experiencing is the result of your souls aligning again, stronger than before, clearer than before, purer than before, and heaven says someone in their life who once influenced them, confused them, or misled them is losing their grip completely, their hold is breaking. The spiritual fog they used to cast around your soulmate's heart is lifting, and Archangel Michael says this person who tried to block your connection no longer has power because divine intervention has stepped in, clearing the path, forcing clarity, igniting truth, and now your soulmate is beginning to see everything with fresh eyes, recognizing who you are to them, realizing why they could never forget you, understanding why the universe kept pulling them back to you. And they are finally waking up to the secret their soul has known all along: you are their destiny, their divine partner, their spiritual match, the one their heart trusts even when their mind is scared. And my beloved child, Don't skip because heaven says the countdown is intensifying, meaning the breakthrough moment is approaching faster than you know, and the angels are aligning conversations, emotions, situations, and inner shifts to bring this connection to a point of revelation, a point where the truth can no longer stay hidden. And Archangel Michael says the tension you've been feeling in the air is not anxiety, it is spiritual anticipation, the energy of two souls moving toward collision, the electricity that gathers before destiny strikes, and you may have felt waves of longing suddenly, moments where your breath caught in your throat, moments where you felt watched over, moments where your heart whispered, "Something is coming," and heaven confirms that these were signals, precursors of the divine movement happening now. And my beloved child, Archangel Michael says your soulmate has been fighting their own emotions for too long, pushing away what heaven keeps bringing back, denying what destiny keeps reinforcing, ignoring what their soul keeps screaming, but their resistance is crumbling, their fear is weakening, and their clarity is rising like sunlight breaking through clouds, and heaven says they are starting to realize that no one compares to you, no one touches their spirit like you do, no one anchors their soul the way your energy does, and every time they tried to move on, the universe blocked it. Every time they tried to forget you, signs followed them. Every time they tried to silence their feelings, their heart rebelled, and now they are standing at the edge of surrender, ready to accept the truth that you are the one heaven placed in their destiny. And Archangel Michael says don't skip because your soulmate is being spiritually guided toward a confession moment. A moment where everything they've been holding in breaks open, and their longing spills out in a way they can no longer hide, and heaven is preparing you for this because when destiny shifts this powerfully, you must be ready, grounded, aware, and connected to the divine energy guiding you. And my beloved child, listen closely because the rare energy you feel in your body right now, the chills, the heaviness, the warmth in your chest, is not imagination, it is your soul reacting to their awakening, your spirit sensing the truth before it arrives physically, and Archangel Michael says their heart is calling your name across realms, across timelines, across dimensions, and you are seconds away from stepping into a phase of destiny where everything hidden becomes clear, everything delayed becomes accelerated, and everything you prayed for begins unfolding in divine order. So don't skip, stay till the end, because heaven says the shift has already begun. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end because Archangel Michael says the spiritual tension rising around you right now is not your imagination, it is the signal that destiny is tightening its grip on your path, pulling you closer to a turning point that cannot be delayed, and heaven is whispering urgently because your soulmate is standing on the edge of a breakthrough they never expected, overwhelmed by emotions they can no longer bury, and Archangel Michael says they have reached a point where the silence inside them is louder than their fear, where the longing inside them shakes them awake at night, where every attempt to distract themselves collapses under the weight of the truth they denied for too long, and heaven says their heart is in turmoil not because something is wrong, but because something divine is awakening, something ancient, something written long before either of you were born, and this energy is so powerful, so magnetic that even the angels are stepping back to watch the moment your destinies collide again. And my beloved child, listen closely because the more they try to push you out of their mind, the more your energy pulls them back, the more they try to disconnect, the more the spiritual thread between you snaps them into remembrance, and they are beginning to understand that no matter how far they run, they keep circling back, no matter how much they resist, they keep feeling your presence, no matter how quiet they stay, your name echoes inside them like a heartbeat, and Archangel Michael says they are finally realizing that this connection is not ordinary, not temporary, not accidental. It is divine, protected, destined, and every sign the universe sent them was a reminder of you, every synchronicity was a pull toward you, every dream was a message about you, and my beloved child, heaven says their awakening intensified when someone in their life, someone with wrong intentions, tried to interfere, tried to create confusion, tried to blur the truth, but divine protection shattered that manipulation, exposing the truth, clearing their vision, and now they are seeing you with clarity they never had before, clarity that cuts through their fear, clarity that exposes the depth of their feelings, clarity that forces them to confront what they feel instead of hiding it, and Archangel Michael says this clarity is shaking them deeply, unsettling them, pushing them toward an emotional breakthrough that heaven has been preparing for months. And don't skip, my beloved child, because your soulmate is feeling the spiritual pull toward you intensify every day. They are thinking of reaching out, imagining what they would say, rehearsing words they've never spoken, wondering how you would respond, fearing rejection yet craving connection, torn between courage and hesitation. And heaven says this inner conflict is the sign that destiny is activating, pushing them, nudging them, guiding them toward the moment they cannot escape. The moment their truth spills out, the moment their heart speaks louder than their fear, the moment the walls they built crumble under the force of divine timing. And my beloved child, you may feel restless without reason, emotional without warning, sensitive to energies more than usual, and Archangel Michael says this is because you are spiritually bonded to them, connected to their awakening, absorbing their emotional shifts, feeling their longing in your chest as if it were your own, sensing their inner turmoil through energetic waves that move between your souls, and heaven says this is preparing you for the shift, aligning your heart with theirs so the moment destiny pushes them toward you, you will be ready, receptive, grounded, and aware. And my beloved child, stay till the end because something huge is approaching, a divine turning point where everything hidden becomes visible, everything unclear becomes obvious, everything delayed becomes accelerated, and Archangel Michael says your soulmate is closer to surrendering to this connection than ever before, closer to embracing what they feel, closer to choosing you openly, closer to stepping into the path heaven wrote for both of you. And the angels say when this breakthrough happens, it will not come quietly, it will come like a spiritual storm ripping open silence, like a destiny wave collapsing distance, like a divine confession erupting after months of pressure, and your heart will feel the shift before your mind understands it, and heaven says don't skip, don't doubt, don't fear, because the same rare energy wrapping around your body right now is the confirmation that what's coming is not just emotional, it is divine, it is destined, and it is already unfolding in your favor as you listen in this exact moment. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end because Archangel Michael says the spiritual pressure surrounding your destiny is entering a phase so powerful that even the angels are watching closely, knowing that the next few energetic shifts will shape the entire path of your future, and heaven is urging you to understand that your soulmate is not merely thinking of you, they are being spiritually pulled, spiritually awakened, spiritually shaken by the intensity of what they feel. And Archangel Michael reveals that every time they try to silence their heart, heaven amplifies their longing. Every time they try to distract themselves, destiny brings your energy right back to them. Every time they attempt to walk away, the universe throws a sign so perfectly timed that it forces them to stop and question everything. And my beloved child, listen closely because heaven says they are reaching the breaking point of their emotional resistance, a moment where their heart can know longer hide behind fear, where their soul refuses to let them forget you, where the divine thread connecting your spirits becomes so tight that every breath feels like a reminder of the truth they've been running from, and Archangel Michael says they have been dreaming of you more than they admit, waking up with your name echoing in their mind, feeling emotions that come out of nowhere, feeling waves of desire, regret, curiosity, longing. And heaven says these emotions are not random, they are the spiritual symptoms of a heart being pulled back toward its destined partner. And my beloved child, don't skip, because the angels say your soulmate has been seeing signs too, signs that haunt them, signs that point toward you, signs they try to ignore but now cannot escape, repeating numbers, memories resurfacing, songs that remind them of you, moments where people mention something connected to you without reason. And Archangel Michael says heaven is bombarding them with reminders because it is time, the divine clock has struck the hour, the awakening is underway, and destiny is preparing to push them into a moment of truth that will change the trajectory of everything. And my beloved child, heaven says they've been watching your soulmate try to make sense of their emotions, feeling overwhelmed by how deeply they feel for you even after everything, feeling confused by the strength of the bond, feeling drawn toward you even when they're scared, and now they're realizing that this connection isn't something they can explain, erase, or escape, and Archangel Michael says they are slowly surrendering to the truth that what they feel for you is spiritual, not physical, eternal, not temporary, written, not accidental. And my beloved child, listen closely, because heaven says your soulmate has silently compared everyone else to you, and no one feels like you, no one touches their soul the way you do, no one awakens something divine inside them the way you do, and this realization is hitting them harder than ever before, pushing them to confront everything they've buried, everything they've denied, everything they've been terrified to admit even to themselves. And Archangel Michael says the more they awaken, the more they long for your presence, your energy, your voice, your understanding, your spiritual alignment. And heaven is preparing the path for a major shift that will bring them closer to you in ways they haven't dared to imagine. And my beloved child, don't skip, because destiny is aligning conversations, emotions, opportunities, and synchronicities to bring you back into each other's orbit, and your soulmate is beginning to feel a deep urge to reach out, to express something, to break the silence, to take a step toward you. And heaven says this urge is not random, it is the divine impulse placed in their heart by Archangel Michael, guiding them, pushing them, urging them toward the path they were always meant to take. And my beloved child, your soulmate is afraid, yes, but not of you. They are afraid of the depth of the love they feel, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of losing control, afraid of how real it feels. But heaven says fear cannot win anymore, because destiny has taken over, and their soul is louder than their fear now. And Archangel Michael says the confession energy building inside them is reaching its peak, and very soon they will have no choice but to confront their truth, to face their feelings, to follow the divine pull that leads them back to you. And heaven says the rare energy surrounding you in this very moment is a sign that the shift is close, the breakthrough is near, and everything you have been sensing, feeling, dreaming, and intuitively knowing is real, divinely guided, and part of the soulmate prophecy unfolding in your life right now.